Welcome back to the No Fun Channel. I'm Felix, and I honestly didn't think I was going to get to make this podcast today. I have not been feeling good all week. My wife had to have surgery, and then this week I got sick, and then my daughter decided to pass out yesterday at work, so I'm sick, trying to walk up 2 flights of steps to get to her. Her job called, and we went there. Yes. But yeah, I was sitting, I don't know if you can tell, my nose is red. Let me see if I can get up closer. Here we go. Yeah, my nose is raw. Yeah, definitely not doing good. My wife thinks it's COVID because she says she had COVID, but I don't know what I have. I feel like a stomach virus is what it feels like I have, because I couldn't keep anything down. I ate, and then after I got done eating, it was like, time to throw up. I didn't throw up, luckily. If it wasn't until much later. But by then, I think my stomach had digested everything, and I just started. And then yesterday, I took my son to school, came home, started choking, balls and mucus came out, and then next thing I know, I'm throwing up all the water I sipped on in the middle of the night. That's all that came out of me was water. It was just like, Jesus. But yeah, it's just, that was only 2 times I did throw up. But still, it was rough. It was just like, what's going on? And then my sinuses just keeps draining. And so I got a nose spray and sprayed it and after work. And I pretty much blacked out because I was able to breathe. It was just like, after work, I passed out. And I was gone. My daughter calls me from work. I'm off duty. I'm off work. And I'm like, looking at the time, I done fell asleep for like 2 hours or 3 hours. She went to work at 3. It was 6, 3 hours, 3.5 hours. And it was just like, I was sleeping good. Even with the choking in between snores, I was still sleeping good. And I still got to keep water around. I was doing something and my voice just stopped working. I was almost going to skip this. Like, no, I'm going to power through. So, because I want to get to 100. I don't want to skip this. Because my goal is to get to 100. Then I'm probably going to pause for a while. I might come back to it after a break. Maybe I won't even take a break. But my goal is at least to get to 100. Me and a lot of people end up abandoning their podcasts. But I have other things I want to do. So I might focus on that. I kind of want to do an animation. So maybe I'll make videos about that. Me trying to do an animation. I actually went to school for it, but never followed through on it like as a job. So maybe I'll try it. So yeah, I got to keep my voice wet, or my throat wet, and even I avoided drinking pop, but I'm drinking pop, not endorsing, but it's been helping my throat actually. It's nice and cold, and I think the carbonation is like massaging my throat. It feels good. I'm not gonna lie. Usually I'll drink some Sprite, but I decided to go with the dark stuff. Sweet, darker the berry, sweeter the juice. So at least I still got my sense of humor. But yeah, it's just rough, man. I hate being sick because my whole body's just weak. I went to hand my daughter something. My hand was doing this. Like, Jesus Christ. I had to pull back and redo it. Like, I had to do it quick. Hand or whatever I was handing her. And it's just, I don't know. My whole body's weak. I thought I might have lost a few pounds because I hadn't really eaten the past couple days. And like I said, I was throwing up. But I didn't lose any weight at all. It was like I'm still the same. I think I actually gained a pound. So I was like, geez. See, my brain is still sluggish. But yeah, it was just, oh my God, my sinuses, I think I'm finally getting better. My wife is the one who made me sick, so whatever she had, I think I got it. So maybe I did get COVID, I don't know. But she's doing better, and she's like, hey, stay away from me. I think you made me sick. Back off, lady. But yeah, So speaking of my wife and my daughter, they are fans of 911, the original series. They like Lone Star as well. I don't know if they're going to watch Nashville. But I was never a huge fan of the show, and now I hate it even more. Because when I watched 911 in the beginning, it was like it's supposed to be grounded in reality. I actually did kind of like the first couple seasons. Then, as time went on, it just kept getting weirder. I can't explain it. It was just like, what is going on here? And then they switched networks, and they made the character butt gay, and it was just like, the way they went about it was weird. And it's like it's never brought up again, is what it feels like. Honestly, I don't think they've ever brought it up again. They had him be in a relationship with a guy, and they really haven't done anything with it. So it's like, that was kind of weird. Because they kind of made a big deal about it, and then it's just like, oh, well, everybody knows it's gay now, and they moved on. It's like, that was a wasted storyline. I mean, they could have had it that he was always gay or always bi. I think I said that when it first happened, and no one it was just never brought up, you know. It's like, you find out we only saw the female relationships, and maybe had one of the extras, what's that one guy? Is he Indian? They could have had him. I didn't know you were bi. He goes, yeah, I've always been bi, and have everyone else just kind of, yeah. And if they weren't going to bring it up again, I think that would have been awesome, actually, if they did it that way. But then, they keep jumping the shark every premiere. And right now they're in space. Athena and Hen. I can't remember I know they call her Hen. But they're in space. And of course things went wrong. And they're blaming Athena basically kind of because she's always getting in trouble. But there's things going on like, first off, I'm smart enough to know some things. And it was just like, And then at the end, the space capsule is filled up with fire, but the fire is going really slow. And I'm like, that's not what would happen. If there's a fire in zero gravity and the only source of oxygen is where you're at, poof, it's over. It is over. And I was just like, okay, it's so weird. And then my daughter just kept yelling, don't say that. I didn't say anything. She already knew too. Then my wife complained, you're always saying stuff about our show. I said, we never say anything about yours. And I said, I didn't say you couldn't. You could say stuff about my shows. And then I also pointed out, I don't force you to sit and watch my shows. So, yeah, there's an edit right here. My throat closed on me. So if you're wondering why there's an edit as I'm about to say something. But what was I getting ready to say? Oh, my wife was complaining about me saying stuff about her show. And I was like, well, we never say anything about that. I was like, you can. I'm not stopping you. And she's like, but you always yell. I said, I yell at you because you yell at me for saying stuff about your show. If you didn't yell at me for saying stuff about your show, I actually wouldn't care. But there's a big difference between my show and the shows she watch. Hers is supposed to be grounded in reality. Mine are not. Most shows I watch are science fiction, fantasy, anime, cartoons, things of that nature. So mine are supposed to be not realistic. But 911 is supposed to be realistic, and it is not anymore. Not even close. And it's just like, just stop. Stop with these things. If you're going to do a 3-part season premiere, make it realistic. Make it like a bank robbery gone wrong or something like that. I don't know. So this video is going to have a lot of edits. And I'm wiping my nose every 2 seconds, so I'm editing that out. But, yeah, 911, like I said, the first 2 scenes, I did kind of like it, and I didn't mind watching it. But it's just like, it's just too ridiculous. And we were watching an old CSI, actually. And it was the one where Lawrence Fishburne was on the show. It was the one where they found this guy's body all shot up. And he wasn't, so no one was sad he was dead. And then it turns out he snuck onto a shooting range. And no one knew he was out there. And they just lit his ass up. And after the shooting, they went to clear the range, and then it was like, oh my God, there's a body. And they took and dumped the body. I was like, the worst part is they always have people doing the wrong thing in these shows. And I was like, but the worst part is that happens in real life. People do the stupidest things in real life. They're like, we can't call the cops. Why not? It was an accident. No, we can't call the cops. It's like, I'm calling the cops because this was an accident. We got proof it was an accident. Just call the cops. And in this case, if the guy had called the cops, he would have been a hero, actually, because the cops were looking for this guy. Because he blew up an abortion clinic, killing like 30 people or something like that. And So yeah, he would have been a hero, but instead he's a criminal. So, but in real life, he might just got a slap on the wrist in the end, some fines or something like that for tampering with a dead body, something along those lines, or trying to. He probably would have got probation or something along those lines, and he probably would have lost the right to use firearms because there was an episode about people and their guns. But you could actually appeal that firearm thing. So, but yeah. Oh my goodness. What's funny, at the start of this, I was feeling pretty good. And the more I talk, the less I feel good. So, using my voice box is making me sick. I was going to record this video and Reddit story tonight, but I think I'm just going to do this one. And hopefully I'll feel better tomorrow and I'll do the Reddit stories. But I got to massage my throat. But I think I had it covered up, didn't I? It was only, yeah, I had it covered up. Like I said, I'm not doing any free advertising. You're not dinging me. But yeah. I'm trying to keep from coughing. Oh my goodness. Every time I open my mouth, the back of my throat gets dry. Let me take another sip here. But yeah, it's 911's definitely jumped the shark, and they just need to stop with those season openers. And like I said, just do something more realistic. Go back to being realistic. Go back to what made you popular, and stick with that. And then what was the other thing? Teaching my daughter to drive. My daughter, I said this before. My daughter didn't learn to drive in high school. She put it off, and now she realizes she needs it. And I've been trying to get her to drive more. She's getting more comfortable. And, oh man, the DMV moved out to our local mall. So I'm going to have her, we're going to go out there. I'm going to drive out there. She's driven halfway there, but she gets nervous. So I'm going to have her drive halfway and see how she does. And I'm going to tell her, if you feel comfortable, go for it. So I want you to get confident, and I'll keep my mouth shut unless it looks like you're going to hit something. And so I'm going to try to get her confident and just to drive. I said, just drive. And when I was 16, I was so excited to drive. She was the complete opposite. She was terrified. Like, what are you terrified of? She goes, oh, I don't know. It's like, God, you're overthinking. She does do that. She does overthink stuff. And she gets to thinking, she gets in her own head, and it's like, just calm down. But hopefully we can get her there so she can pass the driver's test. We went, and I went to pick her up, and I said earlier that I slept and my daughter called. When I got up, too, also, as soon as my body shifted, it was like, you need to go to the bathroom. And I was just like, I had to go. It was just like Niagara Falls coming out of me. It was like, I don't remember drinking this much fluid today. But then again, I got to take a sip every 2 seconds, so I probably did. And I went and picked her up, and she drove home. She did just fine. Yeah, she is getting more confident. I've been keeping my mouth shut and just letting her drive. But she has one hang up, though, which is weird. If we go somewhere, let's say we go to the store instead of straight home, if she goes inside and comes back out, she loses all ability to drive. And I don't know why. And she's like, I don't know what happened. It's like she completely forgot. Oh, I don't know if you guys could hear. My voice was getting high. When it gets high like that, it means it's drying out. Do I have another water just to pump? I got to get some more water up here. I usually keep a whole thing of water to myself in my computer room or my office. So that way I don't have to get up from my desk when I'm working. I can just grab a water. But I'm down to my last water, and it's one that's already been drank out of. So, oh, excuse me. So yeah, I gotta get some more water. I thought about getting a refrigerator in here, but that would require me to clean. But anyways, yeah, trying to get her to drive, making her realize. I mean, she has, for the most part, realized how stupid it was of her not to learn to drive. And I've already threatened my son. I said, you don't have a choice. You're going to learn to drive. And I was just thinking about it. He may not be able to take driver's ed until his senior year. Because he'll be 17 when he graduates. And he'll turn 16 junior. He might be able to take his junior year. Sorry, I had a sneezing fit. Oh my goodness. I sneezed like 6 times in a row and then broke almost lifted off my chair. Maybe I should have left that in. I do remember. I was talking about my son learning to drive. So I was thinking about it'd be his junior year. He would have to take it his junior year at the earliest. I already told, because I had to take my junior year because my birthday's in January. And even though I turned 16 that school year, my sophomore year, they said, take it. But my birthday fell where they already switched over. So I had to wait till my junior year and take it. And oh my God, my voice. It sucks. I started off feeling good, and now it's like going downhill. I'm trying to fight through it, but I might lose this one. This might be my shortest podcast yet. A 10-minute podcast. Do they make those actually? Well, anyways, what was I going to say? My son, he expressed interest in not learning how to drive. I said, no, you don't have a choice. You're going to learn. And, 911 would also make me think of this. Athena's son dropped out of high school. He's 18, so he dropped out of high school. And I made a comment and said, good thing I'm not his father. And then my wife was like, well, they can't have the father on there because he's suing. I'm like, what? Like, she didn't hear what I said. And then she tried to play it off like, you didn't hear what I said. She thought I said, too bad I didn't have the father on there. I was like, I already knew he was suing. And the guy that played the dad, the black father, he's suing because he wouldn't wear a mask during COVID. He was one of those deniers. It's like, I'm not a denier. I'm a believer. I'm not even going to get into that. It's just, I'll be blunt. People were idiots. People are still idiots. But anyways, as for the son, he dropped out of high school. And what I was getting at, I said, if that had been me, if I had been the father, and I found out he dropped out of high school, I'd be like, we're going to physically fist fight. If you can beat me, you can stay dropped out. If I whoop your ass, you're going back to school. So, yeah, it'd be like, if you can physically beat me, you don't have to go back to school. If you choose not to fight me either way, you're going back to school. And you don't have a say. So it's either you fight me and win, or you go back to school. Pick. And yeah, that would not fly with me. It's like, you're at least getting your high school. You don't have to go to college. You have to go to trade school, but you're getting your high school diploma. And then once you got it, you're good to go. But yeah, that would not fly with me. And I wouldn't care if my son hated me for the rest of his life. Like, you're getting that high school diploma. It's the easiest thing you ever probably going to have to do in your life. Get that high school diploma and be done with it 100%. Because most jobs won't hire you without a high school diploma. So get your high school diploma. It's not that hard. You're almost done. I never understood people who dropped out their senior year. It's like, a lot of people were like, it'd be different if you weren't going to graduate. I can understand dropping out. But people who were going to graduate and then dropped out anyways, it's like, you're a dumbass. Oh, well, I was barely going to graduate, but you were going to graduate. Once you get that diploma, you don't have to worry about it no more. Just get the diploma and be done with it. But yeah, I went to school with people like that. It's like they were in their senior year. I was in my junior and they dropped out of high school. It's like, you made it this far. Just finish. Oh my God, you're in home stretch. I never once thought about dropping out, ever. Just because I realized once I'm done with this, I don't have to see any of these people. I'm just going to do it and move on with my life. But yeah, that was, and we all agree, we don't like the son. And we all also think it's the actor too. We don't like the actor for some reason. It's like he's the wrong fit. I can't explain it. But it is what it is. Sorry about that one. Took a deep breath and it choked me up there. Oh, this fits. Abba and Preacher were talking about getting older, and Abba had mentioned he's 34, 35, something like that. And Preach is 43. And I knew Preach was older, but I thought he was still in his 30s, but no, he's 43. But what I was thinking about, they talking about, in your 30s, you got to figure it out, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, no, I don't. I'm 49. I still don't got to figure it out. And he's talking about usually in your 30s, you figure out what you want to do. I still don't know what I want to do. Yes, I have a degree in IT. I actually didn't really want to do IT. I just picked it because it looked nice. It looked easy to do. At least to me, and so far it has been. Yeah, I think if online schooling exists back when I graduated, I probably would have picked something different and pursued it. Because when I was younger, I was willing to move around. I wasn't married, didn't have kids, so it was easy to move around. But now, not so much. But yeah. But Preach did say, and then you turn 40 and it's all downhill. Yeah, I agree with that too. But yeah, it's, some people succeed in life and some people make it through life and some people just fail miserably. I think there's 3 stages. Those who succeed, those who make it through life, and those who fail. So, and of course the in between. But overall, those are the 3 areas of life. Oh, my throat is closing up on me again. They were talking about their 20s. How in your 20s you are figuring things out, and I admit it. I from time to time did drive drunk, but lucky enough I was going short distance, and I wasn't so wasted. For some reason I could drive better actually. But that aside, I don't encourage it. Don't do it. I never did it again because I stopped partying. I stopped drinking altogether. Now, I did stop drinking because I was an alcoholic. I just stopped drinking. It got to the point where I just didn't like the feeling anymore. I didn't like the feeling of losing control and stuff. Just, I'm good. But yeah, one of the things I was telling my daughter, like, yeah, I was young, dumb, and trying to get laid. So, we all make stupid mistakes when we're young. It just depends on the severity of your stupid mistake, what happens in life. But, yeah. So, like I was saying, I'm still figuring out what I want to do in life. I wish I would have got my animation degree when I was younger. I definitely would have pursued it. I probably wouldn't have my family, but I definitely would have pursued animation. I didn't know it was an option just because of where I lived, but I could have moved. Like I said, when I was younger, I moved around a lot. But I am going to finish the podcast, get it to 100. Then maybe I will work on that. I'll post things from it. That'll be like a reaction on this channel. I do have a React channel, but I do have a React channel. So, but I'll save it for this channel. I'll post updates. See if I can figure out. I'll try to make a short, keep it short, maybe a 3-minute video. Animation is not simple, even if you have like animation tools, and it won't be 3D animation. I like 2D better than 3D, so mine will be 2D animation. It won't be anything spectacular, but I'm going to try to do something and go from there and create something. Maybe I'll post videos of me learning Moho, because I was supposed to be learning Moho and I never did. So I'm going to find all the tutorials on learning Moho, and go from there. Because I said I was going to do that once before, but I always felt like I was doing too much. So I'll push this to the side and go from there. And learn the basics of Moho and go and see what I can create. While I'm doing that, also we'll try to pick a story I want to tell. Actually, I do have a story I've been wanting to tell about a soldier, and maybe I'll work on that story. I'll bring that story to life. Once I learn how to use Moho, move the characters into it, and then I'll go from there. That'll be my story, the story of this soldier. And it's a short story. I could have done it as a 2D cutout, actually. That probably would have been interesting. But But we'll see. We'll go from there. Because I was going to do an Eclipse Studio, and then I stopped. And I don't know. I get distracted. Unless I'm doing something for money or for someone else, it's hard for me to stay focused on stuff for myself, which sucks. Anyone else I can do for, but if it's for me, forget it. It's like, and that's something I've been trying to break as well. It's like even losing weight. I'm just like, Oh my goodness. This sucks. Seriously. From the start to now, I feel like crap. I think my nose is redder. Oh, I was so excited. My voice is high. Oh my God, I was so excited. I was like, I'm going to do my podcast. And my body said, psych. I'm crashing. I feel like I'm about to pass out. After this, I'm not even going to edit the video yet. I'm just going to save all the files and I'm going to bed. It's only 9:21 and I'm going to bed. So tomorrow I'll edit the video. Hopefully I feel better tomorrow and I'll do the Reddit story. And yeah, this week I had it all planned out. I was going to hop in early, get all my videos done. So I wasn't rushing at the end, but guess what? I'm rushing again at the end. I can't even get ahead anymore. I was ahead on some of these videos and stuff happened and now I'm not. I'm filming them sometimes the day before. Because I wanted to keep the same schedule, posting every Sunday, but I don't think that's going to be realistic anymore. Well, I got to change something. I got to do something, make it realistic. But, oh my God, but this video is definitely going to be short. How short, I'm not sure. But as you can see, I'm talking to you with my eyes closed because I got dizzy just now, just sitting here. Oh my goodness. My head just shifted. Oh yeah, so wish me well. Oh my goodness. Alright, don't get sick, stay well, take your vitamins, avoid COVID, stomach viruses. There was one time I got a stomach virus so bad I lost 15 pounds in one day. It was like, yeah, I was like, wish I could have kept it off, but I knew it was going to come back. It was all water weight because I was so dehydrated. It wasn't even funny. My eyes felt like sandpaper on sandpaper. My lips were ashy white, and I couldn't sweat to save my life. It was just so bad. And ever since the last time I got super dehydrated where I blacked out from the leg cramp, my wife has actually been worried about me. I can't blame her. That was a scary moment for everybody, including myself. I didn't even know I fell down when I passed out. But I've been drinking these hydration drinks. So hopefully it'll help. Oh, my voice cleared up there. So hopefully I can get back on track. My plan, also, that was the other thing I was going to do. I was going to go back to the gym this week. And that went out the window too, because if I get COVID, I don't want to go to the gym and give to everyone. I'm not an asshole. And I got a doctor's appointment coming up. I canceled it. It was like, I'm glad I canceled it. And, but yeah. All right, everyone. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and everyone take care. Later. Oh. Later. Oh, my God. Goodbye.